Welcome to Quick Sidebar, where we talk about anything and everything and get distracted often. I am Jake here with
Dan
and Bradley.
And today we are talking about bodily malfunctions. That being times where we wrecked our bodies and our bodies wrecked us.
You've been so excited to say that.
I'm so excited. I wrote that like 2 weeks ago.
Like 2 weeks.
How did it sound?
As stupid as I always thought it would. I'm kidding. It was fine.
It was wow. It was
You
such a sudden retreat.
I know. I'm doing the
like
Jake
in the
thing.
middle of it, you were like, "Wow, this sounds a lot meaner coming
He
out."
saw the defeat in my eyes.
I said it to be mean, and I wanted to be like, Jake, just kidding. It's not, I don't mean it at all. I didn't even say it. Anyway, the sky was pretty blue today. That's some shit Jake does all the time.
So today we're gonna just share stories of times where we experienced horrific pain, suffering,
wanting to die-ness.
Yeah, besides just the everyday wanting to die-ness, but
It might be a little intense.
No,
It's not?
No.
Oh, okay.
Only you only gonna die because like you're shitting your pants out,
Right.
shitting in your pants, shitting your brains out. I don't know.
So why don't we start off? What's the worst injury you have ever had? So this is a time where you wrecked your body, not where your body wrecked you.
The worst. Well, I'm a pretty boring person.
I mean, I have two like the injuries that stick with me that I remember.
Let's hear them.
So I guess we probably should put some pictures up of our scars.
Ooh.
Scar picture.
Look, find on Instagram all the pictures of our scars.
Yeah. Weird up close pictures of our flesh.
I have this scar here on my middle finger. Because
wow, that's a killer scar, dude.
Yeah, I know. All the way around. Oh, yeah?
I'm going to take a picture. Keep talking.
Okay.
In the moment, taking pictures.
Yeah. So basically, the story
How the fuck
goes.
do you focus on this thing?
You touch where you want to focus.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Well, you're not zoomed in enough.
Fuck. Riley, stop moving. Okay.
Everyone hold your breath.
Okay, Mom. Jeez, just take the picture.
Sorry. What happened?
So we were making tacos.
No, boy.
Yeah.
For the cheese, did you grate your finger?
Does that
No.
look like a great...
Does it look like I grated my finger?
Maybe you were younger and the grate has the big grates on it. My cousin shaved a chunk of her fucking finger off using a cheese grater, you idiot. Boom. Sorry, Jackie, if you're listening.
Didn't pull back on that one.
Yeah.
we did
Shout out to my cousin Jackie. She cut a chunk of her thumb off into our cheese for the tacos. We had to get a whole new bowl of cheese, I think.
Oh, you could have just pulled it out. What a waste of cheese.
I don't know what happened. I wasn't present. I just know she cut a chunk of her finger off on a cheese grater, so it's a valid question, Kademi.
So we're making tacos.
Yeah, tacos.
Yeah. And my job when we were making tacos was always to cook the beans.
Did a bean bite you?
Yep.
Is that what that is?
Just stop trying to guess what happened.
I'm going to guess. I'm going to figure it out.
I can't believe you haven't figured it out already.
I
It
know.
seems pretty
Two solid guesses.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And so I get the can opener, right? And I use the can opener the way you normally use a can opener. I don't know how to I don't need to describe that. I used the can opener.
Was it automatic or like a manual?
It was a manual can opener.
Wow. Okay, well, you
Yeah.
pioneer.
For some reason, my brain wanted to say a manual cannual.
What?
Anyway,
How did you get the scar?
jeez. And so you know how when you use a can opener on a can, the lid doesn't usually come all the way off. It's
Right.
usually you got like a
shit.
tab, right?
Okay.
So me being a freaking idiot, right?
Oh.
And just like my brain just kind of shut off for a second. I
grabbed a knife and cut it myself.
I grabbed the lid with two fingers on the sides.
Okay.
Oh, no!
Stop. Stop right there. We know where this is going.
And I pulled up. And slipped. And just cut my finger right open. Like really deep too. My only time that I ever actually had to get like real stitches.
Wow.
Yeah. Then the other one was my nose, which I have scars on my nose too. You probably can't see them because they blend in pretty well
Pierce it
with
yourself.
Picture time. Come here, sweetheart.
We had this dog that we'd adopted. It was a greyhound, and we'd only had it for probably like a week, and she was already being kind of difficult, having a lot of problems. Just like
He's already
not,
being kind of a bitch.
not potty trained, you know.
She poop.
I'm sorry. It sounded like you had more to say.
I didn't.
Okay.
I never do.
All right. No, she didn't, Dan. Anyway, so I was young. I was getting like, I had a lot of energy in me that day, and I was kind of like running around the house, being very energetic. I don't know. I don't even remember really what I was doing. Probably dancing, listening to music or something.
As Bradley does still today. Continue.
Right.
Imagining you dancing around your house to music is the most bizarre thing to me. Like knowing
this
you
was
now,
a long time ago.
I know,
Dan.
but still, like that's just knowing Bradley, like that doesn't seem like anything he would do.
It shows how little Dan knows me, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you do that now still?
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's the same like if a tree falls in a forest.
Anyway, so we had the dog, and I was kind of getting up in the dog's face, but the dog was supposed to be awake, and by supposed to be, I mean it had its eyes open.
What?
But we found out that apparently greyhounds can sleep with their eyes open.
Okay.
And so I woke it up.
Oh.
And it bit me in the face.
Nice.
Yeah, clean through my nose.
Ow. Was your nostril just like hanging?
No.
Oh.
It was two pretty clean holes.
Could you breathe better?
On either side of my nose.
It's like having 2 extra nostrils.
Well, no, there
More
was,
air intake,
there was a
bro.
lot of blood there.
Well, I mean, obviously,
No,
yes,
I feel like
blood.
if anything, it'd be less air because you're I don't know.
No,
It's
you
less
double-
focused,
double
less
hole.
concentrated,
Yeah.
Once it healed, because you're breathing, you're sucking it back up here, so it's still coming in.
Oh, okay.
More air.
That was
See?
such
Okay,
a good visual
breathing out.
demonstration.
Breathing out would be difficult because then you got. I just feel like you wouldn't think that you have as much air going
No,
out
like
as you
boogers
do.
would hit the brake and like get caught on either side, and you have boogers shooting out of both holes, like when you breathe out, because they would like.
Jesus. Do you?
I'm loving the visual aids here.
It's just a lot of finger action, folks.
Yeah.
A lot of fingies. All right. Well,
It's my excuse to pick my nose.
that's
yeah.
intense. Okay.
Yeah.
Dan, most intense, most disastrous injury that you have inflicted upon yourself or has been inflicted upon you.
Well, when I was, I don't know how old I was, I crashed my trike and cut my head open on bricks as a child.
Hell yeah,
Wow.
dude. That's
Yeah,
freaking
I don't remember that one though.
savage.
Vaguely remember that. Savage, bro. It's pretty cool. It's pretty. What do kids say? Pretty lit, right? Do kids say lit?
Yeah,
What do they say?
I'm hoping that dies. I'm
what's the
hoping
new
that
thing?
goes like bitchin'
Yeah.
did in the '90s. I hope that just stops. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I did that. I don't really remember what happened though. One time I was riding my bike. No, I remember now. I was playing in the street, just like playing football or some shit, and my brother fucking came up behind me and pushed me, causing me to fall and scrape the living shit out of my knee.
Yeah, scars, baby.
Not even. I don't even remember what leg it
So
was
it doesn't
at
even.
this point.
Wow, so it wasn't that
Let
big
me
of a deal.
Well, god damn it, Jake. I was probably like, I don't know, 10 years old when this shit happened. I got a scar on my pinky from when I ran into a mailbox. I don't know. Somewhere in this region, kind of right there. You can kinda,
That region. You see that, viewer?
You can kind
Do you,
of see
do you
it.
see that, listener?
Well, anyway, it was
Yeah,
a
right
huge
there.
fucking like
Ow.
chunk. Scraped it all clean the fuck off.
Yeah,
bleeding
wow.
profusely. Yeah, that was bad. And my brother also just dropped a bowling ball on my head.
What the fuck?
I feel like that should have been first.
yeah.
Well, I didn't die.
Yeah, there's one time I fell off a 5-story building. It's nothing. Little things. Little.
I don't know. We were fucking around when we were kids, and we had this bowling ball. And my parents, it was like 5. It was like a 5-6 pound. It was like a kid's bowling ball. So let me preface with that. But he still fucking hurt. And I was like laying on the side of my
I don't even
bed.
want to hear the story anymore, Dan.
I had like my bed was right up against the wall, so I was able to make like this little like nook to like sit in and like watch my TV shows, make it all cozy and shit. And I was laying way down in there, and he was just fucking around his bowling ball and lost control, and it rolled off and
Ow.
splat on my head.
Did you cry?
Splat?
Yeah,
Did it
my-
make a splat?
I'm dead. This is hell. That killed me. This is all in my own
This
head.
is your hell?
Yeah.
Aw.
Doing this podcast specifically.
How do you think that makes me feel?
Yeah. What the fuck?
But there's another time, I guess I thought I broke my arm. Me and my cousin were wrestling at my grandmother's house, and I like jumped off the couch to like fucking destroy him. And he stuck his fucking leg up right as I jumped, and I like bounced off his foot and flew through the air and like landed on my arm, and I thought I had broke my arm.
Jesus.
I did not. I've never broken a bone. Except for being born. I broke my collarbone, but that I didn't break it. I don't remember that.
Who did break it?
The doctor, when he yanked me out.
Really?
Yeah, they had to like pull me out with like the big like
Oh Jesus!
essentially like these big forceps things and like rip me out.
Yeah, they used to have those back when technology hadn't advanced enough. You know, like
right.
in the,
I forgot about that.
Back in 1832 when I was born, you know, Abraham Lincoln was still in college. Like I said, you go like the 1850s, but however old Abe was, I don't know.
He was
whatever.
older.
He was old. Anyway, rip Abe. Rip. Yeah. So.
yeah.
I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. I'm really a boring human. I don't really do a bunch of stupid shit to get myself hurt. So
You know, I never really had many injuries up until I was like.
In LA.
Yeah, I'll get to that. I mean, I've already shared it, but
We all know about
I guess,
his toe.
I guess I'll start off with that. Yeah, I got
rip his toe off. That's cooler.
I got my toenail ripped off from a lift gate from a moving truck. The 500-pound piece of metalish piece. 500 piece of metal dropped right on my toe, and I pulled back, and the toenail, I just heard a...
What if you had just left your toe there?
If I had left my toe there, it probably would have broken my... Like, the weight of it probably would have crushed my toe.
We're pulling your toe out just enough?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, talk about timing,
I got spidey reflexes, man.
That's
But
like some
apparently-
movie moment shit right there.
I wish it was a movie, because that means it wasn't real. But this was real. So that was on the Warner Brothers lot in L.A.
Did Warner Brothers pay for the medical attention?
No, I just...
Come on, Warner Brothers, cough it up.
It wasn't their fault, though.
Well, but it happened on their property.
It doesn't matter. It's tomato to potato. Anyway.
I would
Another one, when I was in high school, I got hit by like an 80-mile-an-hour fastball in the rib. From a pitch, right? I thought it was a curveball, so I like put my arms up thinking that it was just going to curve inside and be a ball inside, and it didn't curve, and it just hit me in the rib.
Wow.
Well, no, at first I was like, it hurt, and it knocked the air out of me, but I was like, it's just a bruise or whatever, and I played the next week, played the best baseball I've ever damn played in my entire life. I mean, I was stealing, I was diving, I was catching, I was doing all sorts of shit, and I was sitting on the bench one day. It was one of the days I didn't start.
You farted or something and it cracked?
Not even. I just took a breath. I was just sitting there, and I just like, and all of a sudden I hear a, and like I felt it come from my rib, and I kind of just started concaving. Like I could feel my body just kind of concave a little bit, and I couldn't breathe. Like it felt like someone was like stabbing me every time I breathed. So I went to the doctor. And
Brothed.
Oh,
It's brothed.
sorry. Every time I brothed.
Thank you.
And I had fractured my rib from breathing.
Brothing.
Sorry, brothing.
Thank you.
There was a time in elementary school where a kid thought I was someone else and tackled me out of anger
Did that kid owe him money?
and knocked one of my teeth out.
Was it a baby teeth?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he helped you out.
I know.
Be thanking him.
I know. He got me $1. Just kidding.
Couldn't find
Fair-
the tooth, so.
You just take a piece of gravel. This is my tooth. It's like your tooth, kid. You must have swallowed it or
My
something.
mom's just like, all right, he's 25 cents. The tooth fairy's not real. Get the fuck out of here.
How could you do that?
All right, I gotta fucking bleep it out again.
I know, but
funny.
it's-
That's funny.
I thought you'd react more.
Kidding.
I know.
If Bradley had done it, I definitely would have reacted. You would have seen
say it?
my eyes would have bulged.
Can I say?
Oh, man. Why do you always turn into Pee Wee Herman when you like are over exaggerating?
I don't know.
That's all I'm here for.
All right, so next. So this is those are the times where we wrecked our bodies. Mm-hmm. Now, probably the more interesting stuff. When did your bodies wreck you? Talking when you got sick, when shit just went wrong in your body that you couldn't explain. I got some right off the bat if you want time to think.
I mean, I have one, but go ahead.
Go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Say it. Say
It's
it.
not
Give
really
me the
like
job.
a fun.
Give it now. Say it.
It's not really like a fun story, but when I lived in Arizona,
Ooh, dang! that wasn't the
Arizona? How did you live there? No one lives in Arizona. What was it like?
it was wild. like the West.
Fucking insane. That was good.
Wild like
The West. Not a sponsor.
West. It's not a spot.
God.
And I still don't, did not drink a lot of water. I was not hydrated. And I can only imagine that's the reason behind it. But there was this one evening where I had the worst headache I think I've ever experienced in my life.
To this day.
To this day.
Damn.
How old were you?
8 or 9.
Okay.
Well, what was it? 8 or 9? Pick one, Bradley.
8.
Okay.
Jesus.
9.
Flaky. Anyway.
Yeah, where I was just like on the floor, like clutching my head. I couldn't stand up. Like I was just like.
I'm sorry, I just have an image of Bradley as a child just rolling back and forth.
That's exactly what it was.
What I imagine is like your dad has superpowers and you were bad, and he's like you'll be punished. And you're like, no!
It's horrible.
Like you're rolling, and
His
he's just
head,
like,
his head looks
That's probably
like
what it was.
Bradley's head looks like Sheen's from Jimmy Neutron.
bulbous. No! I don't know why we picture. We're
really
laughing
bad.
at your pain.
Yeah.
I know how headaches
Yeah.
can be life crippling, but
Yeah.
so it's not funny.
It was.
I've had
But I'm
migraines.
glad we can laugh about it. I feel better.
That's good.
You're not still dealing with that? That's positive.
Not after this.
That's good.
I'm a free man now.
Wow.
Yeah.
You said it's coming back.
Damn.
I like Brad. I growing up was a sickly little child.
Whoa, hey.
Bradley had one headache.
Trust me, you get headaches that bad. Those are reoccurring.
sickly little child.
That was
just
his
like
worst. That
Bradley.
was the worst headache. Okay, I wasn't like a sickly kid, but I got nauseous a lot. Like I have issues with being out in the heat. Like that's why I wear this. No, it's serious. That's why I wear hats. Like because I get heat stroke, so I have to wear hats so I don't fucking die.
Oh, sorry. You're wearing a beanie right now, and
Well,
I'm like,
it's
Dan,
cold. I know,
that's not helping.
It still does help because it keeps the sun out of my off my forehead and off my head. If my head gets too hot, then
Wow.
I get heat stroke and I get really sick. So I dealt with that a lot as a kid. So I threw up a lot and I had migraine issues a lot as a child. You dicks for laughing at me. God, you laugh at Bradley, but don't laugh at me. This
Don't
is
laugh
my
at-
pain. But no, so I had migraines a lot growing up. That would be like day enders. Like you knew when it came on, like you just gotta go. And there's one time I was at school, and I got one of these it was like a couple days. Like it was bad, but it was so bad I couldn't stand up. Like I had to lay on this mat in the cafeteria because I was that in pain. And of course, once you reach that level of pain, you
Why does Jake think this is so funny?
I just keep getting these incredible mental images of you two on the floor.
I wasn't clutching my head. I was literally laying like this. I was just like.
That's even better.
Like just
arms outstretched. Yeah.
Like I had to cover my face because the lights were too bright and shit, and it was just
Clearly, Jake has never had one of these headaches.
oh, these are fucking debilitating, dude.
Yeah.
I haven't. I don't know.
So Bradley's comes from lack of water. Mine's comes from too much sun. So for people who know me, that's why I wear hats because I got so used to wearing hats all the time. So that's why I wear hats literally all the time.
You'd think it was because of lack of water, but I'm not very hydrated nowadays, and I've never had a headache like that.
Sometimes, man, maybe you just
Maybe I
maybe
don't
the
know.
little
I mean, I
chip-
lived in Arizona, to be fair.
Oh,
heat,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
I'm telling you,
yeah.
heat
That probably-
fuck you up.
Yeah.
And so I have heat issues, so that's something when my body fucks me over all the time. So
The prompt was Rex, not fucks.
it
We're gonna have
wrecks
to
my
get
body.
another story from you. We'll
Yeah.
cut that one out. It's,
Go back where I say that and just have a computer voice. Rex. Cover it up. Instead of bleeping it, you cover it with really
Yeah,
bad
no, I know what you meant before you
dub.
explained it.
Dub it in.
Yeah.
Like on TV.
Dub.
when they
So
dub.
my stories, I got so many stories of my body just being the worst.
Pick two funny ones. And we're gonna pick two sad ones. So we can laugh at you.
So you guys, I don't even know if I've shared this with you. I may have. I probably did, but I was just getting to know you guys while this was happening. So my sophomore year of college.
oh no. Is this the tooth stuff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
geez.
I want to know. I've never heard
Yeah.
the tooth story.
Okay, so my sophomore year of college was the first semester was the worst fucking time of my life. Everything was going wrong. I was
That's when we met you.
yeah, I know. That's probably why you got a bad impression of me. I was
No,
not
you
myself.
were very cheerful and charming. I just still didn't like you.
I'm good at putting the mask on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
yeah. So I was in a play, right? So I was busy with that, and I was an RA, which sucked. I was doing that, and then I was a full-time student, so I had a lot going on. But on top of all that, I, right before the school, well, actually, let's go back a bit. I had gotten a cavity in February. I was supposed to get it filled in February. When did I get it filled? May.
February.
There's a lot of hours in that February.
Well, it's how it's spelled.
You say it again, please?
February.
You're saying it right. You're not saying it right.
It's not
February.
It's not. That's not how it's spelled. It's February. February.
Hey, when you're getting grammar tips from my dumbass that you're really...
February. In February. I was supposed to get it filled. Didn't get filled till May. So I was experiencing incredible sensitivity to both cold and hot on my tooth, right? So I went to LA that summer. Then I came back and I was like, I need to get this fixed. But I didn't really do anything about it until it got to the point where my tooth was throbbing. Like, it was no longer just hot and cold sensitivity. It was like, my tooth fucking hurts, right? So I went to the endodontist. They go in there. The tooth had been infected because of the crack, the cavity that I had, right? The crevasse in my tooth. So I had a root canal. Age 19, I have a damn root canal, right? Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, if any of you listeners are considering getting a root canal, fucking do it. Shit's painless. Actually, that may not be true. I was in a lot of pain because of my tooth, and I think that the pain from the root canal didn't match that. So I was flying high. Now I don't have to worry about it anymore. Anyway, so I get the root canal, right? And I had not been able to sleep without 4 ibuprofen right before bed, and then in the middle of the night for a week. It was awful. And this is the first week of school, so I get my root canal. Then the pain has been lifted, and I'm like, thank sweet baby Jesus, go on about my day. And then I feel, so that was my second to furthest back molar on my bottom right side, right? Then on the furthest back molar started moving. It was like it was growing more. It was growing out of my mouth, so it was changing my bite. And at first I was like, that's weird. It just felt weird, and then it started getting really sensitive. And then it started throbbing constantly. And then I had this thought. Oh my gosh, I haven't had my wisdom teeth removed. I bet you that my wisdom teeth are impacting my molars, and it's pushing my tooth up. That was my logic, right? So my mom schedules a last minute, super emergency wisdom teeth extraction with another endodontist. So I go to the endodontist, and I'm telling him where my tooth hurts. And at this point, I haven't taken ibuprofen in 12 hours, so I'm in fucking pain. And he says, okay, where's the tooth? And he grabs it and he wiggles it a little bit. He goes, okay, we need to go get an x-ray real quick. And I'm like, probably pretty, standard stuff. I've never had my wisdom teeth removed. And we do the x-ray, and he goes, okay, so I got some bad news. And I'm like, okay. We look at the x-ray. There's an abscess under the next tooth. So I just got a root canal and a false, and a temporary crown on my second to furthest back molar. Now I got an abscess which is an infection on my furthest back molar. And I'm like, no, I don't. That's not, I just got the root canal. He goes, no, that root canal did have an infection. Now this tooth has an infection. I'm like, what? Okay, just do whatever you got to do. So I'm telling him, I'm like, just take my wisdom teeth out so that I'm no longer in pain. He goes, well, here's the thing. The wisdom teeth extraction is not going to help your pain. You will feel no relief. And I'm like, what? Why? Then let's not do it. He goes, well, you see, to get a root canal on that second tooth, you have to get a permanent crown on your first root canal. But to get a permanent crown, you got to get your wisdom teeth removed. And I was like, fucking put me under. So they put me under, took out my teeth. It was great. I was back in a day and a half. Expert recovery. But my tooth didn't hurt anymore. It fell back into place. And I'm thinking, motherfucker, I was right. There isn't no abscess under my tooth. My wisdom tooth was pushing my tooth out. Until about 2 days later when it was right back where it was before and I was in writhing pain. So I went to get another root canal. Another root canal. This is a span of 6 weeks. I got 2 root canals, 2 crowns, and 4 wisdom teeth removed. My God.
Well, folks, if your teeth don't hurt and you're all obsessed about getting your root canals.
But here's something awesome. When I got the second tooth root canal, they had to let it sit for about 5 minutes once they dug in my tooth because so much pus was coming out. Cool, right? You didn't like that? They did. You did, right? You liked it. They liked it.
They're cheering. I can hear them now. Puss mouth academy.
Oh, shit. Do you guys hear that?
Do you have to poop again, Jake?
I don't have to poop again, but
Come on,
here's what I hear. I hear our sponsor jingle.
Sound of a sponsorship. Hey, Jake. What are you doing?
I'm just studying.
Ah, bummer. Well, we're gonna head out. See you later tonight.
Jeez, Jake, you're still studying?
Yeah, it's been like 10 hours and 15 minutes.
Really? Ugh. Time flies, right?
Well, Jake, I gotta say, you do look great, all things considered.
And I feel great too. That's because I got my studying clothes at Project Meta online.
Project Meta?
Yeah, guys, Project Meta is a clothing company right out of Fort Collins that makes comfortable, affordable clothing for your long study sessions.
Whoa!
Yeah, all I did was go to projectmetaonline.wixsite.com/projectmeta, and they had a bunch of cool designs.
Wow! But Jake, you know me, I'm all about saving money. Is there any way I could, save some money?
You sure can. If you use coupon code Sidebar, you can save 10% off your purchase.
Awesome!
Thanks, Project Meta. Thank you. I hated that. I'm going to start again.
Keep that. It's gotta stay. This has gotta stay. You can't get rid of any of that. That's gold, man. Welcome back. Thanks for listening to the break and Jake burp and whatever else he just did.
Thanks, Project Meta, for sponsoring us, supporting our podcast.
Don't forget, you're not as important as Jake's burps.
Remember to use coupon code 10%.
Coupon code 10% to save Sidebar on your next purchase. Thank you, folks.
So
Jake's falling apart.
Hey, but you know what? That is a great segue into my other story. Sorry, the nickname that you gave me, because this is about a nickname that I have. No more pus. No more pus. This one's about poop. So,
and if you guys don't really know Jake, poop is synonymous with Jake as
apples are with apple juice. Comes out of them. That wasn't bad.
Hey.
Right? It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
wasn't your worst, wasn't your best.
So, I'm kind of known as the guy that poops.
Only because you're just so public and vocal about your poop.
I love it. I think it's one of the best bodily functions.
Hey, I enjoy a good poop too, but I don't talk about it.
That and sneezing. I want the world to know.
Sneezing can either be really good or like terrible. Like you ever sneeze so much like your chest pops, you're like, oh god! Like that's not a good thing to have happen.
No.
Or like when you just can't stop
No.
with allergies, where you just sneeze.
I've never had a sneeze attack.
I only have perfect sneezes.
Wow.
What do you sneeze in? Do you sneeze in 4s, 3s, 2s? Because my dad sneezes in 3s.
Typically
I
ones.
sneeze in 4s.
Typically ones with the occasional 2.
I can almost. Well, actually, my sneezing recently has come down. I've noticed I sneeze less, but they're bigger sneezes.
Yeah, no, big sneeze. But
I always sneeze twice. I never sneeze less than twice.
Wow.
My dad does 3 times because growing up, you'd hear him sneeze, and you could literally sit there and wait and go 2, and there's a longer pause, and then 3.
And you'd be like, bless you. Bradley, what about you? Are you sequencer? You a sequencer?
Sequencer?
Usually I'm just one, but
We were one and done.
when I
Dunzo. Onezo Dunzo.
when I have allergies, I get like sneeze attacks sometimes, where it's just like you'll sneeze like 7 times.
Do you get allergies a lot in February? I just wanted to say it again.
I think that was clear.
Oh, there was.
February.
So your story.
Oh yeah. So my freshman year of high school, I was on the baseball team. Actually, I was not on the baseball team yet. I was training to, I almost said audition, try out for the baseball team. And my coach that I had for the summer before, because I was on the high school Legion team going into my freshman year, and so he had a baseball training facility that we would go to. So he'd pick us up every day after school. We'd go work out for an hour and then hit for an hour or field for an hour, whatever. It was 2 hour workouts, and when you're eating the hot lunch, you're eating the lunch at school every day at the same time. You eat the same thing. You start to just become... I was a regular pooper. It was always around like 3:30 to 3:45. That's when I would go deuce. Sometimes it was during our workout. Sometimes it was during our fielding or hitting practice. That's just how it was. But about 3 weeks in, people started noticing. They started catching on that like I was gone at the same time. And it was always for about 2 to 8 minutes. I'll give it a generous range of time. And so one of the sophomores who I really looked up to, one time called me out for coming out of the bathroom. He goes, Jake, what were you doing? I said, I was going to the bathroom. He goes, you do that a lot. I go, well, yeah, I didn't know how to explain it. I was I was a regular guy. And he goes, I'm going to start calling you Poopy Boy. And that stuck like glue. That
Poopy
stuck.
Boy?
Yeah, I know.
It's like a fucking kindergarten. I was like, you're Poopy Boy.
I know. Well, talk to them because
fuck you guys.
Everyone called me Poopy Boy until one of my friends said, hey, wait. Let's not call him Poopy Boy. Let's call him Kadumpy because of his name, Kademi, and he takes
your last
dumps.
name's Kademi? Oh.
It is.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's odd that you've been calling me that and you didn't know that.
I was just a nickname I
You
thought
are
I came up
so
with.
intuitive.
I know.
He just pinched Dan's rib.
Don't touch my weird ribs.
Sorry.
Actually, that's not weird on this side, so you're good.
What's weird about your ribs? But yeah, that's my story. I'm Kadumpy. That's my Xbox gamer tag. It used to be my Twitter profile before my dad advised that I change that. Feel free to call me Kadumpy. Okay, what did you say about your weird ribs?
It's not I just have a rib that sticks out.
Cool.
Literally, that's it.
You got anything that sticks
Or
out?
I have an
Bradley?
extra rib.
But you don't know?
I talked to this girl who's a biology major at CSU, and she said that for some reason when I had mentioned it, she said, "Oh, that sounds like you may have an extra rib." Supposedly, in some parts of the world, there's males that are known to have an extra rib. I don't know if any of that shit is true, but that's what she told me. So I was like, "Cool, I got an extra rib." I don't know if that's true.
Damn. What are you gonna do with it?
I don't
Sell
know.
it. Sell on the black market.
Should have sold my handlebars, but I lost them already. So.
Wow, come on, Dan.
You lost them?
Well, I had, but my dog knocked them, and then they're both just.
For those of you that don't know, which is probably most of you, Dan used to have the gnarliest, the dopest handlebar mustache on this side of the Mississippi, and he just recently cut the handles, so now it's just a bar mustache, and
It's like a weird
just a bar mustache.
pedophile mustache right now because it's just a mustache.
So
I'm growing in the beard. I'm bringing it back. I'll probably grow the handlebars back. I just needed time away from them.
if you'd be interested in purchasing a pair of Dan's handlebars, let us know.
I'll grow them back for you. Special order. I'll cut them off with the wax on them. Wax included. It was weird, yeah, because when I cut them with the wax on, they just plop. Feels refreshing.
How old were you guys when you stopped peeing the bed?
Have you ever peed the bed as an adult?
Maybe a little bit.
I did once. Very weird. It was definitely I peed. I knew I was peeing in my dream.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
it's
no,
all-
absolutely. It's the same scenario every time. It's like, oh, I'm at the toilet.
So
No, I'm not.
So then I started having these, because they happened I don't know now, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I had this, leading up to it was weird. I had these thoughts while I was actually peeing. I was like, wouldn't it be weird if I had a dream about peeing? So I did it to myself, I think.
You planted it. And little do you know, some asshole kid walked by one day and said, pee your pants. Or he just whispered something in your ear that just...
And I was having a dream where I was peeing. And at first you're like, okay, I'm peeing. And you're like, wait a second. Something's weird.
It really feels like I'm peeing.
And I was like, I'm really peeing. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm not really peeing because I'm in bed. I went to bed.
Nice. When was that?
Well, 4 or 5 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. It was last night. You got it.
After
I'm peeing right now.
I feel like I've had dreams where I'm peeing in the dream, and then I realize that I'm dreaming, and I panic and wake up and go,
That's what
am I
usually-
peeing?
that's what usually
And then I
happens.
realize I'm not. I'm good. But
No,
I'm
I do that all the time. I'm just oh god, I'm starting to pee in my dream. Will I pee? And you're feeling it. You're where did the pee get? You're no, I'm good. And then you go pee. But only one time did I slip up and pee myself.
wow.
As a kid, though, I only remember distinctly peeing my bed twice as a kid, where I had to wake my mom up and change the sheets in the middle of the night or whatever.
As a kid, I definitely wet the bed a number of times. A handful. Yeah.
How long did you wear the diapers for?
I don't remember. Old enough not to remember, I think.
Okay.
Okay, I'm wearing them right now. Okay, I'm peeing right now. You got me. Did you guys ever poop? You ever poop the bed before?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did
Never shit
two
the
recently. Too recently. I'm afraid to admit, but I'm not afraid to admit.
No, you're all about the poop talk.
Yeah. When did you do it, Bradley?
How recently? Wait.
I have like a horror story that like every now and again I'm like, did that actually happen?
Okay,
Scary
we'll get to
stories to tell.
There's no way.
Scary
that
poop
happened.
stories to tell in the dark. How recently did you shit the bed?
My junior year of high school.
Why?
I think
us
I
the
was,
spark notes.
I think I was really ill. It was right after the very first show I was ever in.
That's how it happens.
And I think my body was really hurting, but just hurting for a squirting. But I think it like just stayed healthy, which is typically how I roll when I'm in a show. Like it'll stay healthy until I'm done with the show, and then I just fall apart. Yeah. And I remember that night I had like mad diarrhea. Went to the bathroom, like took care of some of it. Fell asleep in the hallway between. I just like collapsed and fell asleep in the hallway between my room and my bedroom.
You shit in the hallway.
It was either in the hallway or in my bed, but I remember like
Pooping in your bed?
yeah, it was yeah.
Wow.
So that's me, Bradley.
I mean, that's pretty much how it went for me. I was sick for sure.
Yeah.
I woke up just kind of covered.
Oh shit! Pun intended.
Yeah.
Wait.
Like it was
Covered in shit.
I was
Like, where's the radius that
like
poop got?
below the head,
Oh, thank God.
but like probably like thighs.
Ooh.
There was some on my arms.
Oh.
It was really bad.
Damn.
And I just remember I was so like out of it. I was like, I don't even think I'm awake. I think this is a dream. I woke up, I walked to my parents' door, knocked on their door, and was just like,
Take poop smudge in the door.
I don't. No, it was all like gross, dry, and like crusted.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Bad.
God.
I just imagine you walking down your hallway, like holding the walls for stabilization, like just every like 2 feet there's the poopy handprint on the wall on both sides of the wall, and you open the door and it smears. Mom and Dad, I think something happened.
See, I imagine something completely different. I imagine the scene I have set in my head now is from Bradley and Bradley's parents' bedroom, and you just see it's dark, and the door opens. You got Bradley. You guys, however old you are, I imagine 8 or 9. You don't have to confirm or deny. And I just imagine 8-year-old Bradley lighting a cigarette, going. All right, so here's the deal.
Bradley would not smoke a cigarette. Bradley would smoke a pipe. Come on.
I'm like,
and his shit covered.
no, I got like the bathrobe on.
That's what
Bradley,
And I smoke in the pipe, and then I just open it.
No, not only do you here's the full scenario. The door opens up. Bradley has his cup of coffee, his open air cup of coffee that he stopped to get, that he always fucking has with him, and he just like he sets that bitch down. He pulls out a little leather pouch, opens it up, stuffs the tobacco in the pipe, takes his time, packs a nice little tobacco bowl.
And the entire time, my parents are just leaning up in bed watching.
and you casually lean over, and he doesn't use a lighter. Bradley uses matches.
Yeah.
And he lights it on the fucking door frame. He goes, and he gets the good starter puffs.
Yeah, he goes, Dan, Jamie.
We got a problem. And then he pulls the string on the rope, and it just flies open, and then and there's just shit everywhere. He's like, yeah, something happened.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about the details. All we need is the cleanup protocol.
I just need to clean up. And that was like 6-year-old Bradley.
Damn.
That's actually how old I was.
Yeah, there you go.
So when was the last time you guys threw up?
Before we recorded.
Let's see. What time are we at? 39? 40 minutes ago.
40 minutes ago, I puked up in the bed. Like honestly threw up? Like what do you mean by throw up? Because there's like throw ups where you're just like a little bit, but do you mean just like
no? I mean
every ounce of your body is ejecting the vomit. You know what I mean.
Oh, I know.
There's like I don't feel good. You kind of spit up, or it's water, or it's a little bit of bile. But there's a puke when it's just like every cell in your body.
You
tenses.
put your back into it.
And you're just like, and you turn into a little human volcano.
That's what I'm talking about.
Woo! I do not remember, honestly.
It was in a Walgreens parking lot.
What was the reason?
Toaster strudel. I brought this up briefly before. We talked about toaster strudel back when you used to steal the icing packets. Yeah, no, I used to love toaster strudel. I had one. It was apple cinnamon, was my favorite. And we were going to see a movie. I believe it was Coraline. So this is 2008. So this is 10 whole years ago, folks. Wow, God. I was only 16.
You haven't vomited for 10 years?
No, not that crazy. Like, there was literal projectile vomit. Like I'm talking about like the full gusto, the full regalia, the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a toaster strudel and like some milk or something. And we went to go see like a noonish movie or something. I don't know all the specifics, but I was in the Walgreens parking lot. I was like, well, I felt sick in the car ride over, so that probably didn't help. And I was like, oh God, something ain't right. So I got out of the car and we're like headed towards the Walgreens, and all of a sudden it was just like stopping, and it just fucking like a fucking stream right out all over the parking lot. Felt fantastic afterwards. Went in the store like nothing happened.
That's what's great about vomiting, you know? You feel great afterwards.
Well, certain times there's like those vomits. Like clearly it was something with the toaster strudel. Got that shit out. I got my little drink for the movie. I was good to go, baby. But there's other times when you're sick, and like those are the pukes.
Yeah.
I was like trying to compare. Like you just kind of throw up a little bit. You're like, I still feel nauseous, and then you try to eat in here. So
No, you see, when I'm sick though, I get the back heavers.
Yeah.
I haven't thrown up at all, given the big kahunas or the little spit ups since my sophomore year of high school. It's been 6 years since I've thrown up.
I puke like every day at some point of the day.
Wait, what?
Jesus
Really?
Christ.
I think you have a disease, Dan.
I feel like I puke.
We need to talk about
I feel like I have like one good barf a year at least.
I used to.
Really?
I used to be like that
one
until
good
my
throw up
sophomore
a year.
year, and then sophomore year I had the flu the same day. They ate Firehouse subs.
Shout out.
Took me like 2 years to eat Firehouse
Not a sponsor.
subs.
Unless you want to be.
I love how like half-hearted that was. Like, not a sponsor.
The chicken ranch sandwich is great.
Yeah, it took me like 2 years
turkey
to eat that again because that scarred me. But I have not thrown up at all. I've had 2 close calls though, but I'll let Bradley share last time he threw up.
I actually don't remember.
Oh, really?
Damn.
It's been a while. I feel like I had one recently, like within the past year, that for some reason or other I can't remember exactly when or why.
See, that's weird to me.
Because I think usually when I end up throwing up, it's like from like the vague memories I have, it's like late in the evening, I'm dead tired, and I'm like, it's like the middle of the night, and I woke up feeling sick, and I go to the toilet and I throw up, and so
Weird.
it almost feels like maybe more of a dream or something.
I don't see. That's
But I know I definitely haven't thrown up for probably at least a year.
Weird.
But if I have thrown up in the past year, then before that, I remember it was like a long time, like eight years.
I like get anxious. I get anxious about a lot of things. Like I'm always like stressed and worried about like what might happen. So I'm constantly living in a state of like, oh my God, it's all over. So I get nauseous because of that a lot, I think. So I have like a little like anxiety induced like vomiting.
Damn.
So I think like when I get sick, it's usually because I'm anxious about some shit and I end up throwing up. But it's never big. It's usually just like a little like or like a dry heave or something.
Yeah.
So, but like an actual like good vomit, it's probably been a while since I've had like a legit like where you can't eat anything and you have to like have a trash can by the bed. You're that sick. It's been a long time since I've been that ill.
Well, let me tell you about my 2 stories where I almost did. I thought I would break
Real
the
quick
streak.
though, just to connect the two. Have you ever pooped and puked at the same time?
No.
Like you're just so sick that it double
Have
under.
you?
No, but my cousin did growing up. I always felt bad for him. I kind of laughed at him.
Still do.
At the time, I was
It's been
like
20 years. Every
"Hey,
time I see him, I go,
You
hey,
fucking
sorry."
idiot! You pooped and puked at the same time. But no, like even like a bucket because you're just like so sick. You're just like. It happens to some people. Sometimes you're so sick you got to have both ends getting people out. Evacuations on both halves of the building, man. Front and back.
That's awful. All right, so my 2 stories. The first one I was. This was after my first year of college, my freshman year of college. I was in LA. I had just gotten there. I had gotten there the day before. I was there for an improv class and an internship. And I had a membership at 24 Hour Fitness, so it worked in California as well as Colorado.
Nice.
And 24 Hour Fitness was about a mile and a half away from where I lived. And so I decided, hey, I'm going to run there, get a good workout, get a good like warm up in, and then do some cardio and some weights and then call it quits, right? Keep in mind, I don't think I've worked out since, probably a couple weeks at least. I'd just been traveling the day before, haven't been drinking water. It's about 95 in LA. But I'm like not even considering the changes in altitude, the changes everything, the change in my body, wasn't even considering it. So I ran the mile and a half in the heat to 24-hour fitness, did a 20-minute bike ride. And as I'm doing, I think I lifted weights first, and then I did a cycling exercise. And as I'm doing the cycling exercise, I'm like not feeling great. And I had this thought of, okay, I don't know if I'm going to throw up, but if I do, let me locate the nearest trash cans. So I'm kind of like slowly during like one of the cool down sessions, I'm like looking around to see where the trash cans are, just in case. And so I cut it. It was a 20-minute session. I cut it about 15. I'm like, I don't feel so good. And all of a sudden my world started spinning. I go, no, not here, not now. And so I've never been to this 24-hour fitness before. So I probably looked like a fucking madman sprinting for the bathroom because I have no idea where it is. And I barely made it in time. I didn't even I tried to close the door behind me and it didn't close. And so I grab onto the bottom of it and pull it in. So my arm is holding the door behind me as I dry heave into the toilet, and then nothing happened. I went, whew, okay. All right. And then the other time was right before that was it. Yeah, I didn't the thing is I didn't throw up.
Oh,
but I
that's
almost
right.
did.
You did say that. Okay.
The other time was right before I saw it. The movie.
What?
Fuck off. No,
Damn it, you ruined the joke.
The new one with Skarsgård. And I was very anxious to go see it because I had never seen a scary movie in theaters. Because up until my senior year of high school, I was terrified of scary movies, and I shared that in the Irrational Childhood Fears because my mother showed me that jump scare video. Anyway,
which, by the way, real quick, I saw a meme the other day of an old guy, and he was looking at a big screen, and it said, "See you later, old timer," and it was that.
Oh
picture.
My god!
It was that it was this picture we used for the thumbnail. Yeah,
Jesus,
made me think of you.
Oh, thanks. Go back to listen to episode 6 to know what that is, if you don't know what I'm talking about. So I was very anxious. And right before, my buddies and I had went to 7-Eleven, and they had a buy one, get one free candy sale. So I bought two smaller bags of sugar candy, right, like chewy candies, plus a king-size Reese's Fast Break.
Nice.
And a Mountain Dew.
Oh, not nice.
And I thought, okay, this food, this will last me the week. This is candy that I'll have during the movie, and then I can snack on it later. But I was so anxious that I ate all of the candy and half of my Mountain Dew during previews. So I remember just sitting there with this sugar high unlike any other. And I'm just I'm a little jittery, and I'm anxious because I think I'm going to get the shit scared out of me. And then all of a sudden I got dizzy, and I felt that little, and then my ears, the hearing in my ears started going out, and I did this little, kind of just gripped onto the sides of the chairs, and I went, where's the aisle? Where? I gotta know how to get out of here, because I literally thought I was inches away from vomiting, and then the entire time I was just breathing like
you were giving birth.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. Half the movie I don't even remember because I was so worried about maybe throwing up. I also have anxiety around throwing up, so that's probably why I don't throw up anymore.
Which is weird. You think that in a weird turn it would make you puke more.
When I was younger, throwing up was
oh, dude, it was awful.
One of the scariest things.
Oh god, the idea of someone else throwing up. Whenever someone's like, I think I'm gonna barf, my first reaction is to get the fuck out.
I have a friend, my friend Muhammad, shout out, and he's so, sensitive to that, if you just even go, if he's listening, he's gagging right now. I'm not kidding. We used to fuck. There was one time that me and a bunch of my Topgolf friends were all on this stupid conference call for some reason, and we're all just chatting. And me and my friend Blake knew that Muhammad would get. So we were over the phone. Blake was like, and then Muhammad started fucking gagging, and he started coughing, and all we hear is this audio of him and dry heaving. And it was and I literally, I've never cried from laughing that hard. I was literally streaming tears because some people are super sensitive.
That's hilarious.
Or if he was and we'd be in a big Topgolf lobby, and he'd be across the lobby, and someone would walk by and just go, and he'd go, fuck you, and start coughing and shit.
Oh my god!
It was really fun to fuck with him when he was talking to a customer. He just had to walk by, and then he would You have to like readjust it and shit and just like turn away.
So mean.
Yeah. And this is a big guy. He could have fucking just crushed all of our heads.
Jesus
He's a
Christ.
big dude.
Well,
Hey, but now you know what to do when he's got you in a chokehold.
yeah.
He does that. Yeah. He went one day. He was fucking with me and he was like trying to beat me up or grab me or some shit because we always used to horse around. And so to get him to fucking stop, I was just like, and he let go and started like gagging and I ran away.
That's awesome.
So it worked.
Well, you know, the human body.
What a
is-
gross fucked up thing.
I was gonna say a beautiful
'Cause of
thing.
poop and
It's such a beautiful,
vomit.
gross, fucked up thing.
Well, I'm just saying that because we focused on that this episode.
Right.
It feels weird to talk about poop and vomit and then peeing and be like, what a beautiful thing.
doesn't seem weird to me at all.
How amazing that we've gone through all that we've gone through, and here we are today.
Here we are today. Haven't puked since 2000.
What do you think the first person to puke thought? They're like, oh God, I'm dying.
I literally just lost my soul.
The demons inside me are punishing me.
Yeah. No, the first. I can't even imagine.
Or the first human to poop. What do you think they thought?
I
They were like, what is it? What is that? And it just happened.
I don't know, but I guarantee you
Whoever it
their
was.
ass itched because they had no impulse to wipe.
My dad says that's why the Cowboys were so angry, because they couldn't wipe their ass. So he always used to tell me as a kid that it's because their butts were itchy because they couldn't wipe their ass. So that's why they were angry all the time.
Wow.
So as a child, I thought Cowboys all had itchy butts. And still part of me, because there's some, think about
There's
it.
a part of me that
There's
still
some
wants to
validity to
believe
that, because if you're out in the range, you're taking a shit, what are you going to wipe with? They were wiping all the time. And they were grumpy dudes because their assholes itched.
Yeah, but I bet they ate well enough that they half the time was a no wiper.
Like Cowboys ate well
No,
enough?
not saying that they ate lavishly, but I bet they didn't eat anything that like their systems weren't able to process.
I mean, we eat a lot of processed stuff nowadays.
Yeah, dude, that's why you have to
They were
wipe.
drunk all the time. Cowboys were never not drunk.
Oh, I guess that's
they couldn't
true.
drink water. The water was too dangerous.
The
They
Alks make your poops.
beer poops, man. They constantly had the beer and the whiskey poops. I like to drink was whiskey.
Yeah.
But anyway, you're saying since 2000 something?
I was kind of trying to find a way to wrap it up, find some closing remarks.
Yep.
Any closing remarks from you guys?
I get
things you want-
nosebleeds a lot. That's like my body betrays me with that one.
What was that? Did your stomach just?
And my stomach just made a little noise as a closing remark.
It sounded a little bit like
I thought I heard like a faint wail. Crying.
a faint whale or a fainting whale.
A faint.
Oh, that was a fainting whale.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Fuck, I'm
Save
off.
that audio bit. Anyway, folks.
Bradley, do you have any other side remarks besides your tummy?
Anytime your body betrays you that you really just want to share.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the great beyond.
No, I think I'm good.
He's good.
Pretty tired.
He's pretty
I got a lot of
tired.
earwax.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
It
What the-
is.
no.
It is disgusting. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just cleaned my ear. Like my ear was getting plugged up, so I was like, oh my God.
Oh,
so I bought a
did you
bunch of like earwax removal and had Chandler help me. Oh my God, the amount of shit that was in my head.
Could you hear better?
Oh, I can hear immensely better.
No way.
Like this
I need to
half of
do
my
that.
head was like constantly. I was like, fuck, it's always clogged and shit. I was like, fuck. And so I finally cleared it out, and she just kept pulling shit out, man, and pulling shit out,
my
and pulling shit out. I was like, there cannot be
Better
any more
out than
fucking
in.
earwax in my ear. There's still like a big chunk in there we can't get out because we don't want to. But you can really
Yeah,
damage
oh,
your
yeah,
ears,
yeah,
so
yeah.
we're leaving it. All you can do is put like hydrogen in your ear, hydrogen peroxide.
Hydrogen.
Just put hydrogen in your ear.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Clean your ears.
But be careful because you might make yourself dead.
Don't trust your dreams. And
Yeah, and if you're deaf, you can't listen to our podcast.
if you're deaf, you can't listen to our podcast. You heard it right here this episode. Thank you so much.
Wow.
So much
Like us on Instagram
for listening. Why did you interrupt
Why
me?
Instagram?
because it's
Why did you...
Because that's what you run.
that's
Yeah.
my thing. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I plug
Oh.
is the Instagram.
Jesus.
Like us on Twitter and Facebook.
Like us on SoundCloud.
And by like, I mean follow.
Follow us on iTunes.
Yeah, hit
Subscribe,
Subscribe
actually.
to us on
Oh, you
YouTube.
subscribe? Yeah.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
And iTunes.
I know that probably like 8 weeks ago I said we'd have sketches coming out. They're still coming.
Sketches are hard to make. You make a sketch, you put it on YouTube.
No, I don't. No,
Don't challenge them.
don't challenge because then there's more competition.
There's so much. Every day on YouTube, there's like some stupid amount of content uploaded.
400 hours of content uploaded a minute. Holy crap.
Yeah, what's weird and staggering about that number is like, no, you will never be able to see all that. You would physically, it's impossible to consume all of that. Not that you'd want to, but just to know that you couldn't.
That is so much content, it makes me want to vomit.